who will read a book on Robert Moses? That included my first publisher. Discouraging thing, but I felt it was very important that people read the book. So I felt I was trying to find out how power really worked in New York. Not the textbook versions of it that we learned in high school and college, but the reality of power. Since in a democracy, power comes from what we do at the ballot box, the more people understand about the realities of power, the better their choices, our choices should be, the better city we have. So I thought, I have to do something in the introduction to make people understand how important Robert Moses was, how he shaped the entire world, the entire physical world that we live in. And this is part of what I wrote in the introduction. Robert Moses shaped New York. Physically, any map of the city proves it. The very shoreline of Metropolis was different before Robert Moses came to power. He ran bulkheads of steel deep into the muck between rivers and harbors and crammed into the space between bulkheads and shore immensities of earth and stone, shale and cement that hardened into 15,000 acres of new land and thus altered the physical boundaries of the city. Standing out from the map's delicate tracery of gridirons representing streets are heavy lines, lines girdling the city or slashing across its expanses. These lines denote the major roads on which automobiles and trucks move, roads whose very location, moreover, does as much as any single factor to determine where and how the city's people live and work. Robert Moses built every one of those roads. He built the major Deegan Expressway, the Van Wyck Expressway, the Sheridan Expressway, and the Bruckner Expressway. He built the Gowanus Expressway, the Prospect Expressway, the Whitestone Expressway, the Clearview Expressway, and the Throgsneck Expressway. He built the Crossroads Expressway, the 16th Expressway, the Nassau Expressway, the Staten Island Expressway, and the Long Island Expressway. He built the Harlem River Drive and the West Side Highway. Only one borough of New York City, the Bronx, is on the mainland of the United States, and bridges link the island boroughs that form Metropolis. Since 1931, 7 such bridges were built, immense structures, some of them anchored by towers as tall as 70-story buildings, supported by cables made up of enough wire to drop a noose around the earth. Those bridges are the Triborough, the Verrazano, the Throgsneck, the Marine, the Henry Hudson, the Cross Bay, and the Bronx Whitestone. Robert Moses built every one of those bridges. The physical works of Robert Moses are not confined to New York. The largest of them are hundreds of miles from the city, stretched along the Niagara frontier, and in distant reaches of New York State known to natives as the North Country, north even of Messina, a town where frost comes in August and the temperature can be 30 below by November, along the St. Lawrence River. North from Messina, the land rolls barren and empty. Only an occasional farmhouse interrupts the expanse of bare fields and scraggly woods. You can drive for 20 miles without passing another car. But turn a bend in the road, and there is the St. Lawrence, and stretched across it, one of the most colossal single works of man, a structure of steel and concrete as tall as a 10-story apartment house, an apartment house as long as 11 football fields, a structure vaster by far than any of the pyramids, or, in terms of bulk, of any 6 pyramids together, a structure so vast that the 32 bright red turbine generators lined up on its flanks, each of them weighing 14 tons, are only glistening specks against its dull gray massiveness. And this structure, a power dam, is only the centerpiece of Robert Moses' design to tame the wild waters of the St. Lawrence, a design that includes 3 other dams built to force the river through the power dam's turbines. After the dams were built, Robert Moses adorned their bulk with a garland of parks, picnic areas, of overlooks, of beaches built beside lakes that he built, and of miles and miles of more parkways. And at Niagara, Robert Moses built a series of dams, parks, and parkways that make the St. Lawrence development look small.